From Super Bowl 53, welcome back to the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. The Jaguars have finally made it to the NFL's biggest stage, and today they compete in their very first Super Bowl against the Arizona Cardinals. This season, Jacksonville went 11-5. They defeated the San Diego Chargers at home in the divisional round, and then went on the road as they beat the New York Jets 40-18. They're up against the Cardinals, who had to go on the road the entire way. They won 3 straight games by 2 scores and have made it to another Super Bowl. One team is going to win their first Super Bowl title today. This is a matchup between two teams with talented defenses and playmakers in the secondary. On offense, you have to give the edge to Jacksonville, especially the way they've played for the last month. The Cardinals are also without their starting quarterback Chris Conley and starting tailback Niall Davis. Chase Daniel is one of the captains out for Arizona. He has been their starter for most of this season with Conley's injury, and he's helped lead them this far. These two teams each defeated the number 1 seed to make it here, and we're about to get Super Bowl 53 underway. The Jaguars will receive. Tavon Austin is back deep, awaiting the kick by Robbie Gould. We are set here in Miami, Florida. Super Bowl 53 is underway. Here's Tavon Austin backing up 8 yards deep, and he takes it out. He dashes to the right outside the numbers, makes a move, and is brought down at the 22-yard line. Here is the Jaguar offense. Great production from this offense in their 2 playoff games. They open up 3 wide, Nataki Mason in the shotgun, and on 1st and 10, he's back to pass. Mason drifting right, he goes down. It's Josh Boyd on the sack. The Cardinals brought a zone blitz on the first snap. Lee was covered up. Mason didn't see Riley in time, and Boyd got there as Sanders broke free. It's 2nd down and 19. Mason fires right. That is caught by Michael Riley. He is filling in for the injured Julius Thomas. That is a 6-yard completion. 3rd down and long, and the pass is complete down the middle as Marquise Lee is wrapped up by 4 defenders. They'll have to kick it away. Jacksonville goes 3 and out. Here is the Arizona offense. Chase Daniel at quarterback. Jonathan Dwyer is at tailback. And they run on 1st and 10. Dwyer wrapped up on the play by Telvin Smith. Here is their starting lineup. They sport a strong offensive line and good skill position players with Jamal Dent, the playmaking tight end, Stevie Johnson, Kamar Aiken, and Kudarius Francois, the wide receivers. David Johnson, the tailback, he's in now and carries on 2nd down. He's taking this to the outside and picks up the 1st down with that good speed of his. That's a dozen. At their own 48-yard line, here's Daniel back to pass. He takes off up the middle, and he takes the contact but gets the 1st down into Jaguar territory. Here is Arizona on the move. They spread the field. Daniel to the outside and picked off. It's Rolando McClain with nobody to catch him. The first points of Super Bowl 53 are a Rolando McClain pick 6. One of the most consistent playmakers on this defense. This is McClain covering David Johnson. Daniel threw this late and to the outside, and McClain made him pay. 7-0 Jacksonville here in the first quarter. Arizona back on offense. Play fake. Pressure. Down goes Chase Daniels. Sacked by D. Ford. Jacksonville needs to get that pass rush going today. 2nd and long. Daniel up the seam. Knocked away by Gordon Solomon. What range. We saw Solomon finally get a chance to play last week. He collected a pick 6. Now he shows off that elite speed in the secondary. 3rd and 18 for Arizona. Daniel with time. Now time running out. Trying to escape, and he's brought down back at the 2. It's Franklin Fitzgerald. What a start for this Jaguar defense. Jaguars loading up to block the kick. And they get it away. It's a good one, too. Backing up Tavon Austin way back. And he lets it bounce. He couldn't get there in time to locate it. Arizona flips field position. What a punt. At their own 13-yard line, this is Mason to TJ Yeldon. Up the middle with a spin move, and he picks up around 9 yards on his first touch. 2 tight ends in the game, both Rileys. And Mason hit, but throws it complete. This is Michael Riley across the 35. There is a flag on the field, and this play is coming back. It is holding, and they flag Wisniewski, so the 1st down is wiped out. They'll back up to 2nd down and 11. Marquise Lee slot right. Mason downfield and incomplete for Allen Robinson. He couldn't hang on. It is 3rd down. Lee goes to the left. Here's a blitz. Up the middle, that is complete. Marquise Lee with the 1st down. He might be the most underrated player on this team. Yeldon gets a carry in a wide open lane. He's up to the 40. Good push up front against a good front 7 of Arizona. Here's a fake to Yeldon. Pressure. Mason hit, and lucky that wasn't intercepted. And this is what the Arizona defense looks like. Calais Campbell leads the way on that defensive line. We've seen Josh Boyd get a sack, but how about Melvin Ingram and Brandon Graham there on the edge? In the secondary, Tyrann Mathieu and Patrick Peterson require no introduction. Their 11 combined interceptions make them one of the best duos in the league. 3rd and 9. That's on target for Michael Riley. He makes the spinning catch. 1st down. Riley filling in very nicely. Here's 2nd down, and Mason completes to wide open Emmanuel Sanders. And that is close to another Jacksonville 1st down. Mason 6 of 8 so far, doing well on this possession. But now the Cardinals blitz, and down goes Nataki Mason. It's Darrell Washington. Mason was not prepared for this whatsoever, and they might be outside of field goal range now. They're at the 43. Mason heads back to the air, steps up, looks to run, and goes down. He's sacked by Brandon Graham, and Arizona will keep the Jaguars off the board here. Brian Anger to kick this away. This is going inside the 5, and down there to cover it up, Michael Bryan downs the Cardinals at their own 4. Cardinals in their jumbo personnel, play fake to Johnson, and Daniel rolls out to the right. He has room and is stopped by Ryan Shazier after a 5-yard pickup. Some more breathing room for this offense. Here's Daniel on 2nd down. He's going deep again. That is incomplete, knocked away by Reggie Nelson. Daniel 0 of 3 in the air, now 3rd and 5. Good protection, wide open 1st down. Stevie Johnson out across the 30. He's sporting Larry Fitzgerald's 11. It is 1st down Arizona, fake to Johnson. Pressure from Nada, and a 1st down catch on the outside. This is MrHurriicane up the sideline, all the way to the 41. That's 50 yards on his first 2 completions combined. Here in the I formation, this is David Johnson up the middle. His combination of skills definitely have me nervous today. Cardinals in a stack formation. Here's Chase Daniel. Pressure arriving, he gets it away and is picked off. This is Nate Bell racing up the field, and the Jacksonville Jaguars have their 2nd pick 6 of the 1st half. The face of this secondary, Nate Bell, jumps in front of another Chase Daniel pass. He tried to hit David Johnson, and Daniel has now made 2 critical errors. The Jaguars lead 14-0 thanks to their defense. Arizona ball again, pressure once more, and Daniel is sacked. He was able to stay on his feet after that first hit, but Telvin Smith makes the play. 3rd down and 18 for Daniel, and pressure's there again. He evades it, now off balance, he throws, incomplete. He's only 2 of 8 passing. It is Jaguar football at their own 49-yard line, and this is TJ Yeldon getting them into Arizona territory. Quite the opportunity to go up big here in the 1st half. This is Keyston Holiday who ran into a defender. Otherwise, he had some room. 3rd down and 2, and Mason will keep it in the air. He counters the blitz with a short throw to Taj Riley, and he's inside the 30-yard line, brought down by Mathieu. Nataki Mason has this offense in scoring range. Back to Yeldon on the counter. He follows the Keith Mason, and Yeldon again gets good yardage. He has 42 yards already. Jacksonville in control. This is a play fake. Mason on the move. He stops, fires complete. This is Taj Riley inside the 5. Now they're knocking on the door. In motion is DC Jefferson. Yeldon on the carry. Matt Dan denied the end zone. They'll try this again, 2nd and goal. Now it's Calvin Ford. And again they try to rip it out but can't. Stopped at the 1, now 3rd and goal. Yeldon back in, they toss it to him. At the goal line, he fights through contact. Touchdown Jaguars. What a half. The defense has led the way and now the offense follows suit. It is 21-0. Jacksonville picking up where they left off in that AFC title game. But this is the Super Bowl, and Arizona is not just going to roll over in the first half. It is 21-0. They have to get back to what they do well and avoid the mistakes. And there's a good run by David Johnson. 3rd down and 1, another handoff, and Johnson's met. He's brought down for a loss. This Jaguar defense continues to dominate. You have a tight end blocking Dante Fowler, and Derek Marks gets through. Jaguars have it, 2.5 minutes to go in this first half. Could they add even more points to an already large 21-0 lead? After a 7-yard run by TJ Yeldon, up the field and nearly picked off by Andrew Sendejo. 3rd down for Jacksonville. Mason, quick left and incomplete. Matthew contests the catch, and the Jaguars are stopped. That was a big sequence for the Arizona defense, and now a big drive for their offense. Less than 2 minutes to go in this first half, and here's a good catch and run for MrHurriicane as Telvin Smith appears to be shaken up. He had to leave the AFC Championship. Hopefully he can return to this game. Ryan Shazier now in the nickel. Daniel unloads, and there's Jamal Dent as they go after Ryan Shazier on his first snap out there in man coverage. Here's 2nd down and another completion here. This is Francois with the first down. Arizona is on the move, hoping to avoid the turnover this time. Daniel with time. He's going up top. That is hauled in by MrHurriicane at the 4. A simultaneous catch, it looked like, to set up the Cardinals' 1st and goal. And to the outside, Daniel connects with Kadarius Francois, and the Cardinals are on the board. That was a very important possession for them, and they'll have the football to begin the second half. The Jaguars are content with their 2-score lead right now. They don't want to take any risks. It is a screen out to Keaston Holiday, and that's going to end the first half. Great job so far by Jacksonville. The defense collected 2 pick sixes, and the offense have moved the football well. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half. Welcome back to Super Bowl 53. The Jaguars lead this game 21-7, but the Cardinals did manage to finally get on the board to end the first half, and here they are hoping to follow it up with more points. Handoff Dwyer to start, and he is wrapped up by a trio of defenders. And here is 3rd and 3. David Johnson back in. It's Johnson on the carry with good blocking. He picks up the first down. It's a gain of 9 yards. At their own 43-yard line in the eye. Here's a fake to Johnson. Time for Daniel. Sideline open and out of bounds. Dent could not get his feet down. Going empty now. 3rd and 5 Arizona. Daniel on the money this time for Jamal Dent as they move the chains and are into Jaguar territory. Again from the eye, weak side handoff, and there's Jared Odrick as Johnson is brought down for the loss. Cardinals backed up, play fake again, pressure, and Daniel lost the football. It's picked up by David Johnson. The sack was a combination of Deontay Nelson and Angel Scott. They're backed up to 3rd and 27. The pocket shrinks, and Daniel forced to check it down. This is Johnson brought down ahead of the 40, and that's it for this Arizona drive. That was a long drive by Arizona that does not get any points, so still 21-7 as TJ Yeldon lost the football. They almost gave it back to Arizona. Yeldon only fumbled twice this season, and Arizona has been trying to force fumbles this entire game. At the 34, this is Mason over the middle, complete, and Sanders hangs on. They're still trying to rip the ball out. Jacksonville has to be careful and make sure they're covering up the football. On 2nd and long, here's Mason. He gets it away, and that is almost picked off, knocked away by James Laurinaitis. It's now 3rd down for Jacksonville. They have to get to the 48 for 1st down. Here's a short throw. Sanders trying to pick up the yardage, and he's brought down on first contact. So Arizona gets another stop, and they're going to get the football back. Still 21-7, 4:21 to go in the 3rd quarter. Here is Daniel back to the air. Good protection. Open at the sideline. That is Francois to the 38-yard line. Daniel doing a good job of putting those 2 pick sixes behind him, and now it's David Johnson with first down yardage as the Cardinals get to midfield. They've had no trouble getting to the 50 and across it, but the Jaguars tend to make their stops right around here. This is Stevie Johnson to the 39. They move the chains. 2 tight ends on the field. Johnson carries. He's met and brought down after a short pickup. That's Shazier. They stack the box again, and here's a pass. Slant, caught. And that's Stevie Johnson for around 6 yards. They're at the Jaguar 32, 3rd and 2. Last play of the third quarter, David Johnson bounces off a tackler, and he has the first down. The Cardinals are driving, and that will take us to the fourth quarter of Super Bowl 53. The Jaguars were out to a 21-0 lead, but the Cardinals are trying to make a comeback. Jacksonville's defense has not made it easy on them. There were no points scored by either team in that third quarter. And now the final quarter of the season is underway. Chase Daniel 1st and 10. Inside pressure going to the end zone and off the hands of Josh Buchanan. It is 2nd down from the 22. Here's Daniel going long again and off the hands of Reggie Nelson. They drop back-to-back INTs. It's 3rd down for Arizona. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Daniel back to pass. All day. Downfield and picked off. It's caught by Michael Bryan. The Jaguars have picked off Chase Daniel for the 3rd time. I'm not sure the last time we saw the secondary play this well. They have rose to the occasion. Jaguar ball at the 19. Mason passing on 2nd down. That's complete to Taj Riley. It's a short gain. 3rd down, trying to extend the drive against the blitz. On the outside, caught! And that is Allen Robinson for 12 yards and a Jaguar first. Jacksonville just wants to take time off the clock here, and that is Keyston Holiday beating Patrick Peterson. 1st down. They're out to their own 46. Now it's Yeldon on the carry, straight ahead. And he's into Cardinal territory with a good gain. And a 2 tight end look. Mason, play fake. A lot of pressure, but he gets it away to wide open Taj Riley. You just never know who's going to step up in these big games. Taj Riley was a free agent just a few weeks ago. This is Calvin Ford. He's hit but bounces off a tackler. That's a 1st down as he falls forward to the 15. Everybody's stepping up for the Jaguars as they look to extend this lead. Off his back foot, that's complete. Robinson brought down. It's a gain of 6. 7:24 to play in today's game. There's a blitz. Mason off the mark from Marquise Lee, who couldn't get a release. Empty shotgun, 2 tight ends right. Here's Mason on 3rd and 3. Down the middle, caught, and Robinson denied the 1st down. Arizona finally gets them off the field, but here is Jason Myers. Chip shot, good. 24-7, Jacksonville leads by 3 scores. Only 6:44 left to go. Jacksonville just trying to hang on as Francois makes the grab. And they are across their own 35. Chase Daniel, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions on the day. He takes off to run, and he dives ahead for 1st down yardage at the 45. Daniel is actually a little short. He'll throw on 3rd and inches. Daniel outside and caught. Great play by Stevie Johnson. There to the Jaguar 44. Only 3.5 minutes to go in the Super Bowl. Daniel, downfield, this is Francois. Met, and still going. Quadarius Francois with a 39-yard touchdown. Arizona's offense has struggled to get the big plays against Jacksonville, and they still have a long way to go. It is now a 2-score game, and they'll have to attempt the onside kick to make this interesting. 3 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Here's Robbie Gould. It is picked up. Stephen Cole has it for Jacksonville, and they'll work on draining this clock. 2 tight ends in the game. This is Yeldon. Out to the left. He's met, but breaks away, and is then brought down a couple yards later. We have reached the 2-minute warning. The Jaguars could be a couple 1st downs from ending this game. 3rd down and 5. Play fake from Mason. He rolls out, stops, connects. That's Taj Riley with a 1st down, and he is shaken up. But what a game he has played today. The Jaguars move the chains. Here's Keyston Holiday, jet sweep, trying to catch the defense off guard, but Tyrann Mathieu will have none of it. 3rd and 7, 1 timeout left for Arizona. A 1st down will end the game, and Yeldon's brought down by Mathieu. It's not over yet. Jason Myers on for a 37-yard field goal attempt, and he splits the uprights. It's a 13-point game. Arizona needs a touchdown, an onside kick recovery, and another touchdown. It all comes down to this here, a minute 20 on the clock, no timeouts for Arizona. That's a completion to Francois. He's wrapped up by Telvin Smith, and they have to hurry up. Just over a minute on the clock as Daniel on 1st and 10 goes downfield for Stevie Johnson, who breaks a tackle, and the Cardinals have it inside the Jaguar 40. Daniel on 3rd and 3 spreads the defense out. Nobody can get pressure, and that is off the mark. 4th down Arizona. If they cannot convert, Jacksonville will be Super Bowl champions. Season on the line, 4th down, Chase Daniel, and he converts. Jamal Dent out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 19 seconds on the clock. They have to go to the end zone. Daniel going deep. It is off the hands of Gordon Solomon. 14 seconds left to go. Daniel scanning. Here comes pressure. He evades the rush. Off balance and off the hands of Rolando McClain. 6 seconds left for Arizona. Chase Daniel up the seam to Jamal Dent. It's an Arizona touchdown. 3 seconds left to play. It is a one-score game. Here is the extra point, and Gold knocks it through. Now for the onside kick. If Arizona recovers, they'll have one play. If Jacksonville recovers, it's over. And it's scooped up by Marquise Lee. That is going to do it. One final kneel by Nataki Mason. Super Bowl 53 belongs to Jacksonville. At last, the Jacksonville Jaguars are Super Bowl champions as they cap off a fantastic season. They have come a very long way from the beginning of this series, where they went 3-13 and had the NFL's worst ever scoring defense. We immediately began reconstruction of this defense with key selections like Nate Bell and Michael Bryan. Some free agent pickups along the way and development to the existing roster helped solidify this defense, and although they struggled down the stretch this year, they saved a fantastic performance for the Super Bowl. And Nate Bell, the man who started the rebuild of this defense, is your Super Bowl MVP. He was the first player drafted in this series, and he became an immediate star and face of the team. On the offensive side, the turnaround really began with Nataki Mason, who was drafted after being overlooked out of Virginia. He had a shaky rookie season, but then settled into a starting role, which he had no intentions of letting go. The Jacksonville Jaguars have completed their journey, and they are Super Bowl champions. What a ride this has been, and what a satisfying way to end. Thank you all for supporting this series. I really enjoyed the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise. I know I did not get as much done in the series as I would have liked to, as far as just having more seasons, more development, more storylines, and obviously more drafts, more tough contract scenarios, and that is my ultimate goal with franchise moving forward. I only got 4 seasons done this year, which is the same amount I got done back on the Madden 25 Rams franchise and the Madden 15 Panthers franchise. The difference is that with the Panthers franchise, it took me around 15 months to do 4 seasons, and it took me over 15 months with the Rams to complete that 4-season run. Here with the Jaguars, it's been just over 10 months. So I did do a better job with seasons 3 and 4, getting these episodes out to you guys faster. And I started late last year because of sliders and whatnot, and just getting everything set up so the franchise would be entertaining and play well. But this year, I'm wrapping up this franchise. We're going to start, hopefully very soon, with my Madden 17 franchise. And I just want to let you guys know that I thank you so much for supporting these series. You guys are very patient, and you're very supportive, and I can't tell you how grateful I am for that. I hope you all enjoyed the Jaguars franchise as much as I did. I had a great time with the players that I drafted and the stories of their careers that were too brief. I know. I would love to see more Nataki Mason, more Nate Bell, and see who is kept on their contracts and who isn't. And that is going to be the #1 priority moving forward with franchise. We're not going to have 4 seasons anymore. I'll talk more about this tomorrow when I reveal my Madden 17 team and tell you my plans for the year regarding franchise mode. Thank you all for watching. I will have a proper recap video after this showing off stats, ratings, and all that good information about the team. And I'll have a highlight video coming out, which is already mostly complete. And one more highlight video of all Nate Bell's interceptions and highlights over his 3 years. He is one of the most iconic players that I have drafted, and maybe the best. Thank you all again for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed the series, leave your feedback down below, and subscribe for what is to come here on my channel. Tomorrow I reveal my next chapter in franchise mode, and I'll see you guys then. Have a great day.